Hello, everyone, and welcome to this Advent message. I've lit the candles on my Advent wreath. Actually, it's not quite the third Sunday or the third week of Advent yet. That will come on Sunday. But because I want to talk today about what we often talk about on the third Sunday of Advent, and that is Mary. Mary, the mother of Jesus. And we often will read from the Gospel of Luke what is commonly known as the Magnificat. The Magnificat. And you may know it as when you think about my soul magnifies your greatness, O God, magnifies, Magnificat. Although sometimes it's translated as proclaims, my soul proclaims your greatness, oh God. So I'm just going to read this little, the Magnificat. Read the Magnificat before I talk about it. This is Mary speaking. My soul proclaims your greatness, O God, and my spirit rejoices in you, my Savior. For you have looked with favor on your lowly servant, and from this day forward, all generations will call me blessed. For you have done great things for me, and holy is your name. Your mercy reaches from age to age for those who fear you. You have shown great strength with your arm. You have scattered the proud in their conceit. You have deposed the mighty from their thrones and raised the lowly to high places. You have filled the hungry with good things, and you have sent the rich away empty. Did you know that in the 1800s that British authorities banned the Magnificat from being recited in church? They did. And in the 1970s, Argentinian authorities banned the Magnificat after the mothers of the disappeared used it to call for nonviolent resistance to the ruling military junta. Yep, they did. This Magnificat is Mary's response to her cousin Elizabeth after telling her about her pregnancy, after it had been announced to her by the angel Gabriel. We know that Christmas story, probably. But you know what? For too long, Mary has been portrayed as virginal, meek, mild, and obedient. And then, of course, these attributes are lifted up as the example for all of womanhood. But here we have another way of looking at Mary, a faithful, obedient servant of God, speaking in a powerful prophetic voice about God's justice. I have this great T-shirt that I found, the illustration that was created by Ben Wildflower. You can find his website on Ben Wildflower, all one word, lower caps, .com. And I'll screen share so you can see the image because you might not be able to see it on my on my T-shirt. But it's a wonderful um, illustration or way of thinking about Mary in a different way. Here she comes. There she is. As God casts down the mighty, sends the rich away, fills the hungry with good food, lifts up the lowly, casts down the mighty from their thrones. Sounds like something we could actually get into these days, right? We could actually really appreciate this idea of Mary. Um, so there she is. Here's my t-shirt. You can get the t-shirt at Ben's website too. So it's a great image. Anyway, throughout history, the rich, the mighty and the proud have been quick to get this subversive message of Mary's. So, yes, the Magnificat was banned from being sung or read in India under British rule. And yes, the military junta of Argentina outlawed any public display of Mary's song after the mothers of the Plaza de Mayo plastered these words of hers on posters throughout the Capitol Plaza. In the 1980s, it was banned in Guatemala. Dietrich Bonhoeffer, the German Lutheran theologian killed by the Nazis in 1945, wrote about this. He said this: "The Song of Mary is the oldest Advent hymn. It is at once the most passionate, the wildest, one might even say the most revolutionary Advent hymn ever sung. This is not the gentle, tender, dreamy Mary whom we sometimes see in paintings. This is the passionate, surrendered, proud, enthusiastic Mary who speaks out here. This song is a hard, strong, inexorable song about collapsing thrones and humbled lords of this world, about the power of God and the powerlessness of humankind. These are the tones of the women prophets of the Old Testament that now come to life in Mary's mouth." I love to preach about Mary, about the revolutionary Mary in Advent when this Luke text appears. But now, I've been working on a new website. It will be called Sacred and Subversive, and it will have dismantling patriarchy as one of the pages on the website. And I'm claiming Mary as the patron saint of that site, which is dedicated to the dismantling of patriarchy. So on this upcoming third week of Advent, as we think, it's usually called the joy candle, also joy, rejoice. So in the midst of all the bad news of these days, and there's plenty of it, we have joy. We can have joy, and we can rejoice in our God who called Mary to be a prophetic voice crying out in the wilderness, as well as John the Baptist and all of the others. But it's a different way, though, than we usually think about Mary. And I just want to encourage us all to maybe adopt the revolutionary Mary as our patron saint of this Advent and Christmas season. So, a blessed Advent. Enjoy with Mary to you all. Bye for now.